Are book tours worth your time as an author when you're launching a new book? Hi, I'm Mona Loring. I'm the founder of Conscious Living PR, and I am here to demystify the world of book PR for authors on social media. I wanted to address this because it is one of the most common questions that's coming up whenever I am starting a new campaign with a client. And it's been interesting because it really depends on so many different factors that I want to break it down here. Number one, it depends on, first of all, if you are an indie self-published author or if you have a publisher backing you. First of all, if you have a publisher backing you, I do want to note that it doesn't mean that they're going to pay for your book tour. And in fact, even though they may help set some places up, these days I have rarely found a publisher that is, unless you are a huge best-selling author that's proven to basically bring in the bucks for them, that they're going to pay to travel you or set any of this up. So this is coming out of pocket. And that's where it becomes not just a matter of, is it the time worth it and the energy worth it, but is the money worth it? And that's what I want to break down. So as an indie author, first of all, let's start there. And then we can talk about authors that have a little bit more experience and they're with a publisher. So as an indie author, it is not really worth doing a book tour. It is worth finding local bookstores that can support you. You can have an event. I probably wouldn't recommend more than one event because you don't want to dilute it. You don't want to dilute your audience. You want everybody who is willing to come to that one instead of, if you're not that popular of an author yet, you let's say have 200 people that would show up. You don't want to have 3 events and have those 200 people divided. You would rather have one event and have 200 people show up. And I have to honestly say that as an indie author that's not as well known and a first-time author, you probably won't even have 200 people show up, just being real with you from experience. Number 2, I want to talk about the authors that have more experience, that have a larger fan base. If you have a really large social media, then you're talking maybe 200 people. You may have 500,000 followers on social media. My clients do, and they still don't tend to have more than 200 people show up at these book events because people are busy. They don't necessarily show up for this kind of thing anymore. And we can go into it and talk about if Zoom type events for book launches and book tours are worth it or not in a different video. DM me or say in the comments if you want me to make a video on that, just to remind me to make one later. But in general, if you have a publisher, or if you're indie published and you have a strong fan-based community and people will show up, yes, it is worth it. We find that when a client falls into that category where they have a publisher backing or they have a large following and community, we do tend to set up probably at least 2 different book events for their book launch. And then a book tour commonly comes when you have a lot more of a big budget. It's worth it for you to spend that money to get out there. You have the time to take. Every individual is a different situation. And I always say we don't have a cookie cutter approach to anything, but I just wanted to make a video and guide you on this so you can really think about it, because overall, it's not really worth a book tour, spending your time and money when it's your own money, and your publisher, if you are a published author, probably won't want to pay for it either. So it's important to think smarter and spend your money wisely. Hope it helps.